What is going on? I am zmoT. We are going to be doing the War Factory today. It is War Factory 90 for those of you who are confused for some reason. There is a War Factory 45, completely different video. Only get to do that one once, sadly. Gonna do some housekeeping here quickly. First of all, gonna convert some shards, gonna get some purples going, and then we're gonna look at the War Factory. Hopefully it's a tough one. Really enjoy when it is difficult. Let me know in the comments if you like a difficult one or an easy one. I do not overly recognize this layout. This does not ring a bell, so that's a good thing. Anytime that there's a layout where we're not familiar with, it's usually a good thing. It means we haven't had it in a while. So lots and lots of shields. 6 shields at the back. 4 shields at the front. I like it for a total shield of 3 million health. This will be very tough to solo, probably possible just by coming in here with some sort of armored troops or even grenadiers or something like that. But we're not going to do that. We're going to try and make this as easy as possible. So we need to get a kill zone where we can just melt the core. That's probably going to be somewhere in this area where these flamethrowers are. We have medic healing, so I might try and mix some medics in. We will see. Medics are fine on War Factory as long as there are no grapplers. When there are grapplers, bad things happen, usually involving your medics racing across the entire map. I'm kind of tempted. Let's see how much health these laser beams have. These laser beams have 55,000 health, 56,000 health. That is essentially as much as you can artillery and barrage in one entire attack. But because of these tribes, we actually have the artillery reduction. So I'm going to try my best to use the artillery wisely. Usually doesn't happen, but we'll do our best. And then I think we're just going to clear from the right. We need to get rid of these things in here. Then the shock blaster should not be an issue. Doom cannon should not be an issue. That laser will be. But, you know, let's just go like, I'm going to actually use troops on a whole bunch of attacks this time. We're going to load up some troops. RZM. Now, we don't need any M's. We're going to get rid of the medics. We're going to add extra zookas. So our rifles are going to stand in the front and get shot in the face. And our zookas are going to stand in behind and bring the power in behind. Oh, look at that. Almost made a complete rookie maneuver. Always check your loadouts. You'll see I had Critter Swarm loaded. That is for Mega Crab. We're going to do this for the War Factory. We're going to start by going like so. We're going to drop Miss Everspark right into here. Now the closest defense should be that rocket launcher. So when I push the button, automatically selects. Don't need to use a flare. Usually I recommend using a flare, but we don't need any kind of haste in this attack. So we're going to let her show, then we'll cover her. Off goes the rocket launcher. Now we will flare that shock launcher, and I'm going to try to ninja hack, Houdini hack, whatever you want to call it. Basically let her pop out of smoke. You have to know her range there. Her range is 10.5 tiles. So as long as you have a general understanding of her range, you can usually get away with a Houdini hack. I got a little bit lucky there. And look at that. Total of, what's that, 3 smokes, I think? 1, 2, maybe 4 smokes. I already forgot. So anyways, we got rid of the rocket launcher. We got rid of both shock launchers. And now, if those critters would stop distracting the cannons, we could get rid of the shock launchers. So, all in all, pretty good start. Now we're just going to drop our rifles up front, zookas in behind, and then start using our GBE. So, I'm going to start with this laser as it is closer. I know I didn't talk about that to start with, but we are just going to keep using artillery until it costs more than a barrage. Sorry, I should say then 2 of them cost more than a barrage. You get the. We don't even need to look at our troops. We can completely ignore them. The rifles are going to stand out front. Zookas are going to get him snuggle in behind, as Miss Silly Merp would say. I should probably get Silly Merp back on another video here soon. I've not talked to her in a long while. So now that our artillery and barrage are starting to get a bit expensive, we're going to retreat as soon as you know what? Let's retreat right now. We're not going to waste any more GBE. If you're not sure what I mean by wasting GBE, once you start having to spend more and more GBE to use artillery and barrage, there's not typically a point in eating those cells or buildings, because it just means that they're not going to be there for the next time you attack. So first attack, we lost a grand total of 35 rifles, 0 zookas. The zookas just snuggle in behind. I'm actually going to get one more boat of zookas. I feel like we had too many rifles, not enough oomph behind them. And here we go. So attack number 2. We got rid of the one laser. That was fairly important. We need to get rid of the other 2 lasers because they will range our kill zone. Our kill zone is actually going to be on the right-hand side of core where all of those snipers are, I think is my plan as of right now. Maybe not. We might come in the left-hand side just because the snipers kill troops incredibly quickly. But we're going to load up our critter swarm again. That's all the hacking I think we need to do for today. Let's just load up our critter swarm, and as our HQ18 does not have critters. So critter swarm is the best source of critters for us. Again, rifles out front, zookas in behind, and then we're going to flare right to about here. Critter swarm just to get... Oh, they went the wrong direction. That is not where I was hoping they would walk to, but it does make sense if I would have thought of that a little bit. Critters out front. We do not want Everspark to die. That is priority number 1 right now. Lots and lots of barrages, lots and lots of artilleries. I'm going to throw the barrages directly on top of this lasers. What am I trying to say here? Just in the hopes that we can get rid of them. The GBE, the artillery tribe, definitely making a big difference there. Got rid of all of the lasers, and now we are just basically off to the races. I'm going to come into this from the top, and the reason for that is just to reduce our attack front or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what I'm trying to say here. Basically, just thinking that if we're coming at it from the side, we're going to be attacked from so many different angles that I figured if we come into it from the back in here somewhere, we might actually have fewer shock launchers shooting us at one time, getting as many critters as we can out front. And now let's throw a shock and see how many sniper towers we can get. I think we got, what's that, 6? Yeah, 6 sniper towers shocked. All of our critters are standing out front. We still have 6 rifles, amazingly. Amazingly, somehow, we still have 6 rifles standing out front, and we have lost a total of 4 zookas, I think, if my adding and subtracting is correct. Speaking of adding and subtracting, you see that segue we did there? I have released a math puzzle Boom Beach related. Please do go check it out. Let me know what you think of it, if you think it's annoying or cool or neat, if I should make more. All of those sorts of things. We're going to get one more shock here, and then we're likely going to run away. I just heard a shock launcher shoot. Where did I hear a shock launcher shoot? Was that... Oh, okay, never mind. Now that we are getting away, all I'm doing right now is retreating. If you hit retreat, they will run directly back to the boats. So what I want to do is I want to move way over here and then hit retreat so that we don't lose a whole bunch of troops in the process. So pretty good. We've basically cleared the entire right-hand side of this. Probably should have done something a little bit smarter than this, but we're only losing rifles, and rifles reload so incredibly quickly. I'm going to switch back to our friendly universal remote, and the reason for that is this mortar right in there is just in an awkward position that I'm not super comfortable with. So we're going to push the hack button, we're going to flare the mortar, and then we're going to walk up and get rid of that mortar. But we're not going to let Everspark die. We're going to try our best to bring her back and use her for the rest of this attack. Oh, that was terrible. So I tried to be super cautious and throw my smoke at the last, like at the 90% mark on the smoke. But the gunship, not the warship, the gunboat is so incredibly close to the shore that not really required. Now I'm going to flare over here. Hopefully she stays alive. Come on. Okay, not bad. Now we're going to use 2 artillery to get rid of that. Probably not all that required, but the boom cannon would have been in a bit of an awkward position as well. So at this point, we should be done. I can't say 100% that we're going to take this down. Everspark still might die as we walk up and remove these things. There we go. So, should be good. Could throw a hack here. I'm going to save my hack for when we get a little bit closer and that shock blaster starts to be annoying. The shock blaster is likely going to eat every single one of our rifles. They have lower range than zookas, so they're probably going to walk right into the kill zone and either get wrecked by flamethrowers or by that shock blaster. Not super concerned about it, to be honest. If we happen to lose a bunch of rifles, they just reload so incredibly quickly that don't really care whatsoever. So at this point, we're just walking as far as we possibly can and wrecking the core. I mean, this War Factory is one that is very, very well suited for anyone who doesn't like to use smoke. Really only needed to use smoke for Everspark, which I don't consider to be smoking troops. It's very, very easy to smoke Everspark because it's only one troop. And look how far our troops are down here clearing out supply chests. This shock blaster doesn't know what to aim at. Overall, very, very straightforward. You should be able to take this down. And it's a very, very good introduction to Rifle Zooka. If you've never used Rifle Zooka, please, please do give them a try because it's one of the strongest troop combos. Now, typically I would be recommending Rifle, Cryo, Zooka, Medic, but RCZM, you don't really need cryos or medics on this because everything is single shot. Everything is going to single shot every single one of my troops, the sniper towers, the cannons, all of that stuff. So maybe you might want if you have higher level troops, but that is not something that I would be recommending for this. Straightforward, no need to smoke, no need to do anything overly complicated, just walk right through it. Ignore that entire back area and use your GBE on the lasers and stuff. So pretty straightforward, pretty easy. What was that, 3 or 4 attacks, I think? I'm gonna guess. I honestly don't have any idea. Let's just find out. Unboosted, HQ18, XP46. Let's have a look here. 3 attacks. 3 very, very easy, straightforward attacks. Yes, we did lose a bunch of rifles on that second attack. Not really required. And on our third attack, we lost a lot of troops. I would probably retreat and hit it with all zookas once you get rid of those sniper towers. But yeah, all depends if you have instant training or endless reserves or whatever you want to call it. Let's switch accounts and we'll see what we can do with my other account. Back in a sec. Okay, so we have a maxed account. I'm going to try to do this somehow different. I don't know what troops we're going to use or why or how, but I'd really like to just come straight through all of this. I think we're just going to use Grenadiers, actually. Let's see, do we have any troop? We have Rifleman Health, Medic Healing on our main. Obviously, we have 4 extra tribes on this account, but I'm going to try and do it with Grenadiers. I'm just very curious to see if the Grenadiers can overheal when it comes to all of those lasers. I think all the lasers are level 1, I think. So I'm really hoping that we can just walk through all of this. We're going to use Bullet and his drink, which is probably a bad idea. I'm pretty bad when it comes to using Private Bullet with Grenadiers. I'm almost tempted. You know what, let's just stick with Sparky. Probably should stick with Sparky on this, just to get the critters out front. With Sparky, your medics don't run forward, so there's a little bit less thinking involved. So we're just going to do that. Now, really, all we need to do here is we're going to drop some critters in there. We're going to drop all of this in here. And then I'm going to throw a shock right there. That's it. And then we're going to see how this goes. I'm really, really hope... Oh, I've already got hit by that Doom. That Doom cannon already hit us? I can't even believe that. The critters must have still been landing because that is sort of impressive that I've already lost troops. Let's get over into here. And then I'm really, really hoping that we can overheal those lasers. We're going to find out here in just a second. Keeping this stuff shocked. I really wish I didn't lose those troops right off the get-go. That is very, very disappointing. And it seems like we've got a Doom Cannon. Oh, we do have Doom Cannons over there. Gotta be really careful where you place your troops on this one, it seems. they're just missing so frequently. So I'm going to use all of my available GBE back here on this shock blaster. And now let's get rid of that doom kit. Okay, so I'm thinking that we're not going to be able to solo this just because the shields are so far away. They're just so far away, but we should be able to just completely remove everything here with grenadiers. Those lasers are not doing anything. We lost some grenadiers right off the get-go thanks to me not shocking in time and my critters not being placed very well. But for those high-level accounts, Grenadiers looks like a fantastic option. I probably should be getting rid of this rocket launcher right now instead of yakking at you. Just one more source of damage that I don't want my medics to have to heal through. Like, those lasers are just doing absolutely nothing to us. These War Factory lasers against high-level troops, and I do not have troop health in this. Okay, this is an account with 7 GBE and 3 troop damage, so if you have any sort of troop health, you should just be able to crush this. Walk up, punch it in the face, and call it a night. We're gonna finish up with Grenadiers here, and then we'll come back and use a different troop combo. Which one, I don't entirely know. Now we're gonna get the hack out, hopefully. Come on, Everspark. There we go. Boom cannon was going to take a little bit too much time, so getting the hack out, it actually helped us remove that laser, and now we can just park back in here, I think, trying to stay out of range of that, what is that thing called? A mortar? Yes, brain totally off right now. Grenadiers hopefully going to take out that mortar before, let's see here. Critters, I gotta tell you, Everspark and Critters working very well right now. That mortar's gone, medics coming in. I think we have not lost any, what are those things called? Troops. Man, brain just completely fried right now. Have not lost any troops since that initial hit from the doom cannon. And this Grenadier combo is just going absolutely ham on everything. So you could probably solo this with Grenadiers if you planned it a little bit differently than I did, or if you have a little bit more damage than I do. As you can see here, these sniper towers are single shot. Oh, they're not quite single shotting my Grenadiers, but coming very close to doing so. And I mean, we can just park right about here, and down goes War Factory. So very few reasons to lose troops unless you come at it from the wrong angle like I did, or drop. Watch this Doom Cannon. If that Doom Cannon fires... So, you have to be very careful about your placement of troops. That top Doom Cannon up there, very dangerous. So, but I mean, look at that. That's one attack, unboosted, on a maxed level account. Nothing to it whatsoever. 58 gears. Let's switch it up. We will come in with some other troop combo. Let's go with all rifles. I mean, what the heck? Let's just go with all rifles. We'll come in and use brick and battle orders and hopefully melt that core in absolutely no time flat. We're going to flare right to about there. Get rid of a couple more sniper towers. 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of one more. Move slightly south so that top Doom Cannon doesn't get us. And now... battle orders. I don't really know where the rest of my troops are going, but pretty good. Love battle orders, love all rifles. All rifles is just such a fun troop combo, and when you can use it just to melt a core like this. Now obviously the tribe is giving us medic health, which is doing absolutely nothing for us, but at least we used rifles, right? So max level players, highly recommend using Grenadiers. Great troop combo. This War Factory has given opportunities for both low level players and high level players to use fun troop combos. All Grenadiers with medics, great fun. Rifle Zooka, also very good and very strong. Let me know what you think. This is 2 ways to do War Factory. I'm zmoT. Down goes War Factory, unboosted, XP65. Yeah, interesting, different. I can't remember having this layout in a long time, so really, or at all, really, for that matter. So maybe they did something new, who knows? If so, that would be fantastic. The breath of fresh air, and I would buy Rick a beer or drink of his choice for sure. Anyways, that's it. That's all. I'm zmoT. Hope you enjoyed this War Factory for February the 21st. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.